Heartworm. Hey, looks like old school Resident Evil style. Sam receives a strange tape in the mail. Watching it brings her to a deeply unsettling place that feels strangely familiar. Maybe Silent Hill. There's a lot of fog going on, man. This kind of looks like Lara Croft. Let's do this play. Oh, fuck me. Is it launching my... Why is it still playing it? Oh, it's running an exclusive full screen. I thought it was launching my Rift again like that other game did. So this is Heartworm. Or is that Heartworm? I don't know. Maggots or maggots? Let us play. I'm known for my amazingly long-winded intros. So this game features Lara Croft. And this is her mansion. Lara Croft also uses tank controls. And her head looks a little too tiny for her body. Any questions? I hit a... Okay, here's my controls. Move, turn... Tab for inventory. L to use. What? What? Alrighty then. L. It's the first game that uses L for interactions. That's so weird. My TV and VCR. I don't really feel like watching anything right now. I feel like reading some tombs. Maybe like the next ancient artifact, the Eye of Osiris and codpiece of Osiris. It's a matching set. Clinical evaluation. Oh, fuck me. Sam, 23-year-old, female, average height, weight, no relevant. Medical history, patient reported insomnia, recurring intrusive thoughts related to self-harm/harm to others, low self-esteem, obsessive tendencies, episode of panic, and high baseline anxiety. 7 out of 10. Room for improvement. Patient described these symptoms as chronic and varying in severity, possibly related to traumatic events from childhood. Patients also mentioned several relationships suffering as a result of symptoms. Observation. Preliminary labs return to normal. Heart rate and blood pressure elevated. Patient. The fact that there's no audio is too quiet. I'm gonna have to add my own copyrighted music in there and shit. Heart rate, blah, blah, blah. Patient avoided eye contact and appeared anxious. She only spoke when queried. Patient appeared detached, preoccupied with thoughts. Following diagnoses are based on currently available information and may change as additional information becomes available. Post-traumatic stress disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, anxiety disorder, unspecified major depressive disorder, recurrent moderate panic disorder, generalized anxiety disorder. Plan is need to gather more information. Patient referred to a psychiatrist for further evaluation and urged to follow up at clinic in 7 days. Patient encouraged to research exposure therapy. You think of what I'm thinking? Yeah, I got an idea on how we can do some exposure therapy. Yeah. It's gonna be a little raunchy. But there's a reason you had to click that consent that you're over 18 before you got here. Time for some exposure therapy, baby. I picked up the VHS tape. Should probably watch it. Can I go tomb raiding now? Or is that not part of the game? Feels like it should be. Put the tape in, let's see what's on it. I hope it has audio. Ow. Yeah. Hey, we are the video. Hey, look, another horror game that asks the question, do you remember? Tomb Raider. Modern, urban Tomb Raider. Do you remember? Of course not. How would I? Yeah, my eyes hurt. Tomb Raiding it up. Hey, this is actually not playing badly. Only thing is there's no audio. There's a house, but I don't know if I want to go in it yet. Yeah, it's probably be locked, right? Of course. Is there anything about shooting or anything? Just run, interact, and inventory. I wonder if this is going to be like one of those like point and click type puzzle games. Up, I see a monster. It's a ghost. Head clip. Head clipping it up. Oh, if only Lara Croft could crawl on the floor, she might be able to get in there, but she can't. This garage door won't budge. The opening is too small to crawl through. Really? You don't think it can fit through that? I think she's being lazy. A lot of fog. I mean, visually it looks nice. Looks like some kind of hatch. Thank you. The doors won't budge. Of course not. Sure hope the back door's open or we're gonna have a problem. Nope, we're good. And we have music. Sorry, I got lost in a moment. It almost has a slight Resident Evil feel to it, the sound. Like when you're in the mansion in the first game and stuff. Kind of has like an almost elegant sound to it. But like ominous at the same time. This wall is covered in deep scratches. How about moving the fridge? Like every one of these responses could be answered with the worst thing. Which is, I don't know, I'm just a girl. Come on, you can't use that as an excuse. Be empowered. I am woman, hear me roar. Maybe after the exposure at therapy. Because that might lead to more, psychiatry and psychology that it's best to get that out of the way. Kind of expecting like a zombie or something to come walking around. Is that a Ouija board? A handful of non-fictional novels, nothing particularly interesting. Yeah, we only like fiction around here. The TV won't turn off. There's a VHS player. There's no tape in it. This is already the VHS tape we're watching. Are we gonna Inception it up? Maybe we should unlock this door. There you go. That way, if a zombie's chasing me, I have a second point of escape. And I have a key. Wink. I picked up the key. I don't know how to access it. Oh, now I have to. Garage. Naruhodo. Do you believe I will now have access to the garage? Hi. Sorry, just enjoying myself. This is like Lara Croft's younger sister. She has to live up to a really high standard that her older sister left behind. A whole legacy of, well, pretty much desecrating ancient archaeological sites. Let's see, garage. Probably where the garage was is where the garage is. That's the garage right there. Right where I said it would be. Probably use the door though. Because I'm not an animal. And I'm too fat to fit through the other door anyways. I unlocked it. Honestly, this is kind of cool. Like, even with the tank controls, it's looks like they're. I'm assuming this is only a demo, but it's pretty well set up control-wise, with the exception of that L key being the interact. I'm gonna have to watch all of this. No. Narcissus and Goldman Hesse. He thought that all men trickled away, changing constantly until they finally dissolved, while the artist's created images remained unchangeably the same. He thought that the fear of death was perhaps the root of all art, perhaps also of all things of the mind. We fear death. Oh, that's the music. Yeah, not bad. We fear death, we shudder at life's instabilities, we grieve to see the flowers wilt again and again, and the leaves fall in our hearts. We know that we, too, are transitory and will search for laws and formulate thoughts. It is in order to salvage something from the great dance of death, to make something that lasts longer than we do. Perhaps the woman after whom the master shaped this beautiful Madonna is already wilted or dead, and soon he, too, will be dead. Others will live in his house and eat at his table, but his work will still be standing hundreds of years from now and longer. It will go on shimmering in the quiet cloister church, unchangingly beautiful, forever smiling with the same sad, flowery mouth. Code. Now what? Can I watch these tapes now? I'll be okay with that. Maybe one of them has something interesting. You never know. I don't see anything to interact with. What's going on? Better slam the shit out of that L key. L. L's doing nothing. Well, we can see that there's something up top. Problem is, I don't have free control of the camera. Maybe I need something such as a ladder to get up there. Unless she can Tomb Raider over these. Nope. Because then she could, like, jump to there, then she's on top of that. Climb on this? No. Oh. Hey, wait, whoa, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have progress. I flipped the switch. I also flipped the bird. The cop was not happy about that and arrested me. Learned a hard lesson that night. Don't mind me just fumbling with the tank controls. This is kind of cool though. E. Or no, L. Fucking got. I picked up the red book. If there's a red book, there's probably a blue book, right? A fake red book. It looks like an old book, but it doesn't open. And it's pretty heavy. Well, then that means it probably is one of those fake books with the carved out storage compartment. What's inside, we don't know. I'm guessing either like coupon clippings for grocery store items, tampons, or gunpowder. Okay, so we have a red book. What with that can I do? Saw. Guess we'll find out. Red book. That was a fake red book. Where would I like to be? Maybe in a library? I don't think that's gonna be an option. These angles are really throwing me off. Wait, what is this? So slow. Right there to the right. Oh, it's just this. Okay. Fake red book. TV won't turn off. There's books here, but nothing particular. I'm just gonna double check something. Okay, so it's just like an item. I can't actually interact with it. Like I was thinking maybe if it was stairs are completely blocked off. If it was something like, well, like a Resident Evil, that you might have to inspect items, rotate them around, or use them to open them, that kind of thing. It's terrible out there. Well, that's rude. Wait a minute, this angle. There's a book on the right. Maybe. Wait, what? It almost looks like a red book behind the one closest to us. But that might just be the lighting, so. How is Necroxix going to get out of this one? Hallucinations as a trauma. Based memory implications for psychology interventions. Cool. I just noticed there's like 10,000 dropped frames at some point in the past. I don't know when. Routine information processing involves a process called contextual integration, whereby detailed encoding of incoming stimuli takes place, which facilitates later memory recall. For example, being able to remember who was at your birthday by recalling a full contextual image of the event, also being able to remember what happened before and after at a specific event due to integration of relevant temporal information. That's time. However, during a traumatic event, the need for a quick behavioral response requires rapid information processing. This is achieved through a temporary decrease in contextual integration and a quick response based on a basic perceptual processing. The provision of a rapid response in danger has the consequence of the vulnerability to experience intrusive memories of the stressful event at a future date. The reduced contextual processing of the trauma stimuli makes them difficult to recall on a voluntary basis due to the lack of integration with the cues which normally facilitate recall. However, the information is typically triggered involuntarily by stimuli which have a perceptual match to some aspect of the traumatic event, e.g. a sound or visual stimuli that evokes memory of the event. Therefore, within these theories, reduced levels of contextual integration are considered essential to the development of trauma-related intrusive memories. Therefore, the intrusions may be maintained through a number of cognitive and behavioral processes, such as avoidance, in order to develop a presentation of PTSD. However, in order to be diagnosed with PTSD, the individual or their clinician is likely to be confident that the intrusions are, in fact, memories of a stressful event. A number of pages are destroyed. Thank God. Oh, fuck. Just not all of them. Let's fine print this. In summary, the relationship between hearing voices, seeing visions, and traumatic events continues to intrigue clinical researchers. However, a full theoretical understanding remains elusive. The subgroup of voices and visions are directly linked to the stressful events, are likely to be responsible to interventions which are based on a well-deserved theoretical understanding of reactions to trauma. I guess. Cool stuff. Oh, there's a bunch of red books going on here. The wreck was a creepy painting in a weird old house. No surprises here. I can't make out anything in that painting whatsoever. Gee, there's a single slot. I placed a fake book in the empty slot. I wonder how long this one is, this game, because this is actually kind of cool. Surprisingly enough. L. Everything but having to press L. I'll tell you that. Oh, why aren't you wearing a skirt? Ah, dear. Unless I can remap. No, I can't. They're hard-coded. See more VHS tapes, but hundreds, maybe thousands of VHS tapes. And it's going to be up to me to watch them all. Each one is dated. It seems like they go back decades. I don't know which way to go. I'm going to go this way. And ponder why I don't have a flashlight. More and more tapes. I wouldn't even know where to start. Just pick one and go. You can start from that. Oh. Somebody really likes VHS tapes. That are just recording like every possible episode of Full House and rerun that they get the chance to. Letter from Mr. T. I pity the fool. Who? Yeah. Okay, Sam. I tried calling, but your phone is disconnected and I didn't know what else to do. Everyone is worried. Your boss called Mom and said you stopped showing up. I called Jane, but she said she's not talking to you anymore. I know I haven't always been there, but for you, but I haven't been there for you, but if you need anything, I want to help. What's going on with you? Is this about what happened? It was 10 years ago, Sam. It's not your fault. You can't hang on to this forever. I love you. Please call me Mr. T. P.S. The A-Team is recruiting. Would you like to join? We're looking for somebody that looks cool when we have to pose. Did we go further down or up? I don't know. Sure there's a lot of darkness though. Up. Dang, this is the cop out, isn't it? No. Oh yeah, this is getting weird. And there's a monster. Wait, the monster is me.
Do you remember the first time you realized that one day you were going to die?
No.
Do you remember the way that fear went through you? Like electricity? The way it consumed your thoughts? The way it paralyzed you? Do you remember that day?
No.
Don't worry. I'll remind you.
To be continued. Yeah, that was interesting. I liked it. I would have liked to see more of this one. Actually, there might be.